How much is your time worth? $100 an hour? $300 an hour? If your answer is $500 an hour, then you'll spend $83 worth of time listening to this 10-minute tape. And by year's end, we think you'll consider this 10 minutes one of your best investments of the year. Because Newstrack Executive Tape Service will be turning your non-productive time into valuable information input time. Newstrack is for executives who need to keep their thinking in high gear. Newstrack is for the times you spend commuting or driving to and from clients or locations, the time you spend opening your mail, sitting in an airport or on a plane, even the time you spend exercising. Our executive tapes turn that otherwise non-productive time into fascinating, stimulating time when you're keeping in touch with the latest, most timely ideas in areas of interest to you: management, the economy, marketing, personal finance. Interested? Keep listening. I'm Newstrack editor Ed Perkins, and in the remaining 9 minutes, I'll tell you how our service works, what it contains, how much it costs, who benefits from it, and how you can subscribe to Newstrack right now by telephone with no risk or obligation whatsoever. Newstrack is designed to help you be one of the best-read, best-informed business executives in your field. Every month, our staff of business editors reads nearly 200 issues of the nation's leading business magazines, newspapers, and newsletters. From this wealth of information, we select articles containing what we consider the most timely and vital business concepts for you, the fast-paced executive. Twice each month, we record our selections on cassettes, just like the one you're listening to now, except longer, 90 minutes in all. Each tape contains about 15 key articles, averaging 6 minutes in length. Your cassettes arrive via first-class mail. You slip them into your cassette player and listen as you drive to and from work or from office to office. You can turn any spare minute into useful information input time. Information that will help you fine-tune your investment strategy. Information to keep you ahead of competition. Information to help improve management policies. Information you can pass along to clients or route to colleagues and employees. Now listen to a few brief excerpts from some of the more than 300 articles you would have heard on Newstrack if you'd been a subscriber during this past year, including useful information about the tax-saving aspects of Clifford trusts from Forbes magazine.
So George Winwood earns $250,000 and goes into the hole by $10,000 annually. He and his wife are dipping steadily into their savings instead of building capital in their prime years. Finally, in desperation, Winwood sought help from a financial planner tax accountant. The financial planner called in a lawyer, and the three of them worked out the following arrangement. It changed Winwood's situation overnight. For both grandparents and all 4 children, short-term work.
A study on account collection techniques from Inc. magazine.
Before a payment comes due can unlock a big organization's cash drawer. Minimize the risk of a really big bad debt by setting a maximum bill any customer can run up and a maximum number of days he can run overdue before you cut off shipment to him. In addition, analyze each major account and make sure you still earn a profit after allowing for the customer's interest-free loans and claimed discounts. You may want to consider increasing prices to cover probable collections costs and losses. Some misers won't part with their money for even the most eloquent collections agent. If cash isn't forthcoming, businesses have 3 options: cut off shipment, call in a collection agency, sue. Few companies manage to avoid.
Harvard Business Review told what to watch out for when firing an employee.
Still retain their traditional prerogative to fire, or don't they? Their efforts to maintain discipline and control are certainly easier if they do, for the right to fire at will is management's most visible and dramatic sanction. The basis of all management authority, stated a company brief in a whistleblower case, is the power to hire and fire. But even if managers no longer have an unqualified sweeping prerogative to fire, they can adapt to new conditions and live with the law if they can understand and predict it. During recent years, the question of motive has become important in the law. You can save yourself a lot of worry and possible pain later.
A success story about direct mail marketing from Advertising Age.
Generate quality sales leads. Minolta has been using direct mail to sell its equipment for over a decade. Until recently, the response rate had averaged from 0.25% to 1.5%. But in November 1980, the company put together a new campaign to sell copiers that more than doubled that rate. Key strategies were a more narrowly targeted mailing list and a unique mailing piece. That November, Minolta commissioned Dun & Bradstreet.
Long-distance telephone alternatives from Office Administration and Automation magazine.
Your monthly telephone bill. In general, a properly loaded Watts line will produce a lesser cost per minute than circuits provided by the other common carriers, OCCs, and resale carriers. For small businesses which have less than 25 hours of long-distance calling, the best systems are Execunet, Business Sprint, CityCall, and Metrophone. Some resale carriers may promise savings on direct dial charges, but the user should carefully investigate the financial backing of the carrier before signing the sales agreement. There have been a number of failures among organizations who could not finance.
Getting the most use of your time from the Wharton magazine.
To allow for the unexpected. Effective time managers make the most of their best time. Whenever possible, they tackle the most important items on the agenda at the time of day when they are at their best. This ensures that they are giving their best self to the most important task, and that's the most anyone can give. ETMs don't get bogged down in trivia. They ignore it, delegate it, or save it up and do it in batches. It's reported that Napoleon opened his mail only once every 3 weeks. He saved time by not opening the mail each day. But better yet, he found that by the time 3 weeks had passed, most problems had been solved without his help. Effective time managers are well organized.
Today, there are over 14,000 subscribers to Newstrack. Is Newstrack working for them? Here are the comments of some Newstrack executives. Robert Metcalf, founder of 3Com Corporation, Mountain View, California, wrote to us,
Newstrack is one of the few opportunities I have to get my mind going in new directions. I choose articles on each tape for my key people to hear. What a terrific management tool.
Quoting Harvey Lamb, President, Subaru of America.
It's a natural for time-pressed business people who can utilize it during commute time. Certain articles are idea producers, while others reinforce my own ideas. I have ordered several subscriptions for regional managers.
Sam Sebastiani, President, Sebastiani Vineyards, Sonoma, California.
It satisfies my need to keep up on a broad basis with the economy and business. It points out areas I should explore further. I even listen to each issue 2 or 3 times.
Ted C. Blanton, Jr., President, Blanton Electric Company, Incorporated, Beaumont, Texas.
Not only unique, but economical. A stimulating way to occupy thoughts during countless hours in the car. I always receive at least 2 actionable ideas per tape.
And Doug Ridgway, Interstate Telephone Company, West Point, Georgia, said,
While driving in every day, I've managed to get the facts I need to make informed decisions for my company. And the decisions based on Newstrack articles have saved us thousands of dollars. It's a great service.
What's Newstrack worth to you? What would you have to pay for the more than 75 newspapers, magazines, and newsletters we carefully review for you each month? Some subscriptions cost more than $200 each. How much is it worth to you to get 2 actionable ideas per tape, or at least 1 money-saving idea per tape? How much will Newstrack benefit your entire company when you route your cassettes to other key people and clients? And what are you getting now in return for the non-productive time during which you'd listen to Newstrack? The benefits are impossible to measure, of course. But for the busy executive, Newstrack is worth many, many times the annual subscription fee of just $195 for 2 tapes per month, tax-deductible as a business expense. Here's the quickest way to obtain Newstrack. Pick up any phone right now and dial the toll-free number printed on this cassette and enter your subscription. Listen to your first tape and see if you don't agree that Newstrack is a new key source of information and a big time saver for you. There's no risk. If you decide you don't want Newstrack, just call and cancel. You'll receive a prompt refund. It's that easy. Or if at any later time you elect to stop your subscription, we'll refund the unused portion. Call now. Our phone lines are open around the clock. Let Newstrack Executive Tape Service put your non-productive time to work and keep you ahead. Call toll-free 800-525-8389. That's 800-525-8389. Because time is money.